Here's a word of warning if you're buying the viral TikTok runners. Now, I ordered these probably about 3 weeks ago. For some reason, it got delayed in the post. And I received a pair of them yesterday. Now, this was the only colour that I can get in my size because I'm tall, I've got big feet. So I was looking for size 13s. And here we go. There's a size 13. It probably looks like a ski. It's that big on the screen here. But a word of warning if you are looking to buy these runners. The first thing I would recommend you do is cut off the tag. Why, you say? Well, when I got the runners out of the box yesterday, I just pissed my whole laughing because when I studied the label that was on the runners, I don't know if anybody has ever said this about the label. I don't know if you can read that. It's just not focusing in properly. But what it says is LT damp shoes. That there says damp shoes. I'm just thinking to myself, who the hell in their right mind would walk around with a pair of runners with damp shoes written on it? Now, I don't know what somebody was thinking in the factory that, thought that was a great idea to put damp shoes down it. Maybe they changed or, translated some Chinese term, some cool Chinese term, and this is what the translation is, damp shoes. Even if they had a wrote like go faster or fast shoes or something like that, but damp shoes, it's beyond me how the hell they come up with that, to put that on a pair of runners. Now, I bought these because I am pissed off buying expensive runners that are totally shite. My kids bought a pair of runners for me, I think it was last year. I think they spent about £80 on a pair of runners. Now, I don't know if they were Adidas runners or Nike runners. Now, as you know from my videos, I do a lot of walking with Summer, and runners come and die with me because I am really hard on runners because I'm 6'3", over 15 stone, and when you're doing a lot of walking in runners, what I found is a lot of the runners that I get collapse in the heel. For some reason, I do a lot of walking, and when I land, I put my foot down, I put all the pressure on my heel, so the heel splits on them. The insole sinks away down into the sole. So I bought these, and I just want to see, let's give these a go. I know they're only, I think I paid £10 maybe, which is probably dear compared to what some of the prices other people are paying. But those expensive runners that my kids bought me a couple of years back, after about a month, they split right across the sole here. And that was simply from flexing it. I just remember thinking to myself at the time, Jesus, those runners that the kids bought me were made by a well-known company, which were supposed to be made for athletes. Now, if you're an athlete and you can't even get a month out of a pair of runners, that is a sad show. And I think a lot of people nowadays just wear, runners nowadays as a status symbol. They wear them to the nightclub, they wear them to the pub, and they never get use, which boggles my mind. Now, I'm not somebody who will put a company's trademarks all over my body. You'll never see me wearing Nike kind of t-shirts or Adidas stuff because it's my body, and I'm not going to be a billboard for anyone else. And I'm not going to be a billboard for any company with my feet either. If I'm going to buy something that is going to go on my feet, it's going to be something that's functional, that works, and that I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. Now, £10, I'm not really expecting much from this. But I'll tell you the truth, I took Summer for a 2-mile walk today in these around a local forest. And I have to say, I was assuming that this sole would just be as hard as stone. I just thought it was like solid plastic, but it's not. It's actually spongy. So when you actually walk on it, there is a bit of give. And with me being so, tall and so heavy, I do need a bit of a kind of sponginess in the sole. And I have to tell you, they do the job. I don't see any tears, any kind of blemishes. The sole, it's not coming away here at the toe, which it may go at some point. Maybe my toes will actually push through here and tear through this kind of lining. But I have to say, they are very, very light. You could walk for miles and miles and miles in these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a link to this video here, or to the product, if you want to click on it and purchase a pair. I probably will make a couple of videos over the next couple of weeks letting you know how I get on with them. Are they as good as any other runners? Are they up to the work of me doing all my walking with Summer? Because I always see these people advertising, runners that they never even fucking use. These people, the furthest they're going to go is walk from the front door to the car to the pub, and that's as much use as those runners. Now, if I buy a pair of runners, I buy a pair of runners because I want to walk in them, and I want to get my money's worth out of them, and then I'll buy another pair of runners. You won't find me with my wardrobe full of 50 runners and all different colours from all these corporations and, being a billboard. I am not a billboard for anybody's company. So if I'm wearing something functional, I'm going to buy it regardless of what price it is. And what I found is that a lot of those expensive runners, which are supposedly made for athletes, are absolute shite. And me going for a simple walk, if I'm destroying the sole in those runners, it doesn't really say much for the company that's making them. So we'll give this a go, see how I get on. They are a bit of a mad colour. I think at the time, the black was sold out. So they're supposed to be a type of khaki colour, but I don't know if you can see there, they're more of a kind of, they might look maybe a bit paler looking, but they actually look a bit orange and kind of grey blue. But they are pretty, they are nice. And as I said, no complaints so far. I've already done 2 mile walk in it and they've held up so far. And if you do want to join along with me, if you do want to try them out, they are really, really cheap. But what I would recommend, as soon as you get your runners, cut the tag off, just so you're not walking around advertising to the world that you're wearing damp shoes. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.